Hi, Sandy. Why'd you say?
Okay, here we go. All right, area of a parallelogram. Okay, parallelograms. Remember what they are? No. Okay, the definition is part of the word. Okay. Parallelogram.
Two pairs of parallel sides.
Right. So here we have two sides.
What did he say?
So both pairs of opposite sides are parallel to each other. Okay. Now,
my lip is getting in the way.
It's okay because the problems are not that difficult though. So basically, in a parallelogram, any of the sides can be the base. It's the height that we have to be careful about. The height and the base have to always be perpendicular. So here, if you look at the picture, you should always see a right angle where the base and the height are.
Okay. Are we on rad calculator or degree calculator?
Degree. Okay, so now rectangles, squares, and rhombi are all special types of parallelograms. So this formula can also be used for those shapes. You just need to remember the formula. Well, you should remember rectangles are base times height. So a parallelogram is the same thing, base times height. Okay. All right, we're going to do perimeter and area of the parallelogram. For this one, so some of the problems we're going to do in exact form, which means we might encounter some special right triangles, and some we might round, and that could be our trig or SOHCAHTOA. Okay, since this is exact, let's start with perimeter. Perimeter is easy because we have two sides that are 12, right? And we have two sides that are 18. Yeah, good. So that gives us what? So 60? Okay, so our perimeter is 60 inches. Perimeter is just regular inches. When we do area, we're going to put square units. All right, now we don't know what the height is. So what I want you to do is kind of focus in on this rectangle, or sorry, not rectangle, triangle here. It's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. We know the hypotenuse is 12, right? You see that? Okay. So what would that make the shorter side at the bottom? Do you remember the relationship here? I'll remind you. This is x, this would be 2x, this would be x root 3.
I think, is it 6?
I think it's 6.
Okay. Yes. This is 6. So our height would be 6 root 3. So for area, I'm going to take the base of the whole thing, which is 18, and I'm going to multiply that by 6 root 3. Now, I'm not going to, if I'm going to multiply, I don't want to just leave square root of 3 alone and just multiply out 18 times 6. I don't think I printed my answers, so I'm going to rely on you guys.
108. Wait, does that sound right?
Does that sound right?
That does not sound right.
No, it sounds right.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so area is 108 root 3 square inches. Okay, so remember, perimeter is the outside. Area is what we fill up in the inside. Okay, now 45, 45, 90. Now, this one I happened to ask for it in the 10th place, and that's mainly because I already gave you in decimal form. So if you have a 45, 45, 90, remember the two sides are the same, and then this would be x root 2.
So it's 14.8 root 2.
Huh? Well, because we would take 29.6 and we would divide by root 2. Mm-hmm. Now, because it's calculator okay, and I can see that because we're rounding to the nearest 10th place, I don't think I would bother with rationalizing that. Does that make sense? Because I'm just going to end up plugging it into my calculator anyway. Because, right? So, well, let's do the perimeter first, because that's just going to be 2 times 29.6 and 2 times 33.3. So what's that going to be? I think I have. Let's see what we got for that. Nope, I don't have the answers. And I gave my calculator away. I have the one on. Okay, what do we get for
125. Mine's
125 point? What did
125.8.
8? Thanks. And that's just centimeters. Oh, I can do it on my computer too. It's annoying because I have to like open it up every time.
Wait, is it fine if I did rationalize it? Like, would it matter?
It doesn't matter. Okay, so then the area. Now I have to use. We have to use the 33.3. Why do I not use the 29.6? Because they don't form a perpendicular line segment. We always have to look at which one makes the right angle. Does that make sense? Okay. Now I feel bad that I took it away. Oh, thank you. 33 times.
Wait, how'd you get divided by? I was just gonna wait for someone else to say this. Wait. Oh yeah.
What do we get? 696 point. Oh, and it's not 0.98, so that will make it 697 square centimeters.
Wait, you just plug that all in?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you can go and you can plug in. One of the things that I'm gonna want you to be careful with is not rounding until your answer is done. So if I do 29.6 divided by root 2, I would want to take that answer times 33.3. Because I don't want to round here. What I'm going to try to really focus on this chapter and the next chapter. Don't round to 20.9. Like, don't round this answer. Use this exact answer to move forward to the next part. Okay. The next formula should look familiar. Area of a triangle, right? Base times height divided by 2, or 1/2 base times height. Again, we always have a right angle. Now, if you remember, sometimes we draw the height outside of the triangle if it's like an obtuse triangle, like this one. This one's a little bit different. That's a right triangle. Let's see here. Okay, now we need to do some type of trigonometry. Okay, what I want you to do is focus in on just part of that big triangle.
Oh, we have to find.
Okay, why am I focusing just on that part?
Because you're gonna do cosine.
Okay, if I'm going to use SOHCAHTOA, I need to have a right triangle. So I'm going to kind of ignore. In fact, you had a bonus question on one of, I think it was that chapter test. I asked you to find area. So I'm going to ignore 5 because 5 goes all the way across. I'm just going to look at this part. So I need to find the height. Do you want to use X or H for this? You like X? Okay. So now if I'm considering sine, cosine, or tangent in relation to 37 degrees.
Sine of 37.
Sine.
X
Good.
over 4.
Good. So I'm going to do sine 37
Over X over 4 equals
X over 4. So
X equals.
because it's opposite over hypotenuse. Which one is the
X
hypotenuse?
equals sine over 37 over 4. And then
Wait, so
X
just
equals
X
4
equals
sine.
sine.
Oh, I forgot my 4. Sorry.
I was gonna say 2 point. Wait, are we putting it 2.4?
So 4 sine 37.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in my directions, it says round final answers to the nearest tenth. So, what I'm going to do is we can either on the calculator, I'll show you, what was the degree? 37?
It's on.
Okay. Okay, so I get 2.407. Okay, I don't want to use 2.4 So you can either go to like 2 or 3 decimal places for more accuracy. What I'm going to do, I'll just write 2.407 here.
I don't get it. Why would it say to the 10th place?
Okay, so what I highlighted here are final answers. We call these intermediary steps, meaning these are steps to get to the final answer. So if I start rounding the height to the 10th place and this to the 10th place, and then the final answer is going to be off by more. So what I want you to do when we plug this into our calculators, now I'm going to use the 5. I'm going to use the 2.407, and I'm going to divide by 2. So when I plug this into the calculator, okay, there's a few ways you could do this. If I just do 5, so I could do 5 times, if I want to pull that previous answer, if I just do control and then the negative sign, that will just take my previous answer without having rounded it. That will be the most precise. Or you can also copy it. You could also do that. And then divide by 2. And that will be 6 point. If I'm rounding the final answer to the 10th place.
6.018.
Just 6.0. We could just put 6.0 or 6. Did that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Now the next one, this little dotted line is how I'm going to find the height of this right triangle. So the base of the right triangle is 29.
Wait, which triangle?
But I don't know what this is. I don't know what the height is. Yeah.
Can't you just do Pythagorean?
There we're going to do Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to do 6 squared
6 squared.
plus x squared equals 13 squared. So 30. What happened? Oh.
Not to you. To the
Oh.
problem.
Oh, to the problem. Okay. Okay.
Well, I wouldn't.
All right. 169 minus 36. We
That's
get.
what? I got the same answer. I got 6.0. I did that with 133.
Good. Okay. Now I can plug this into the calculator, but then I'm still just going to get a decimal, right? Because root 133 isn't a. So I'm just going to leave my answer like that. That's my height. So I'm going to plug in 29 times root 133.
Isn't it 29 plus 6? Oh, you're just finding that.
You're just finding the shaded part.
Oh, so when they ask for the shaded part, you divide it.
Yeah.
Wait, but the other one, wait, how do you know which one you're looking for?
The
height. Well,
the one that's colored in. This outside part is not having.
You can't
just
find
to help
the
you
height.
It's just to help you find the height. It doesn't. It's not actually part of your
Would it be
area.
like it's impossible to solve without that?
Yeah. So we get 167 point and then 222. So 167.2 square centimeters.
We're almost done.
Yeah.
Short lesson.
It is just-
Wait, was it 167.2?
Yeah, because it was 0.222
Yeah.
repeating.
I love that too.
Question.
Why would it be the whole base?
Well, that's what I was just saying. This dotted part isn't part of the shaded triangle.
So we wouldn't have to.
The only reason we needed this was to figure out the height here, but then we kind of ignore it when we do the area.
What about the other side? Just all the same.
This one is because it's all shaded,
Wait, does Mr. Massman have class?
Yeah. but they're all seniors, so he doesn't have class anymore.
Oh, that's so special. I was gonna ask him a question.
Oh, he's
What
probably
if
in
there's
that.
just like one junior in the class? Do you still have to teach it?
Okay. All right. Here we have
A
Do you have
quadrilateral.
classes like that?
the key is we want to split this up into 2 triangles. Can you figure out what
the
two?
that are dotted.
What you're looking for are the right angles. So I have a right angle here. So this.
Well,
From
that-
B to D.
couldn't they
Yeah.
be like before?
Yeah.
Like, could the sliver one be like 2?
Yeah, it just depends on, like, I'm going to look at this triangle.
Is 17 the whole bottom?
Yeah, 13's the whole bottom and 17's the whole bottom. So I'm going to split them up like this. Okay. So this triangle, and then I'm going to add this triangle. So we have
You just find the area of both and add them.
13 times 10 divided by 2.
Oh, wait, that's easy.
I mean, and then 17 times 8.5 divided by 2. You said 65. And 17 times 8.5 divided by 2. And then we add it. Oh, I guess I didn't ask for rounded or exact. So I'll just leave it like this.
Do you have any classes that just have one student now?
I have 2 classes with 2 students.
Calc BC.
Did you give them their final already?
Yeah.
How was it?
Even the, like, what are they doing now? Your 2 students. Like an extra period?
Not really. Not really.
What do you do with them?
Well, they're still working on review because they still have to take the AP test. Okay, find, so here we're given the area, we want to find the value of x. What does x represent on here? This is the, no, this is the height, and this is the base. This is a parallelogram, right? What's the formula for parallelogram? Just base times height. So the area is 153, the base is 9, and the height is x. So we just have to,
Okay.
153 divided by
153 divided by 9.
17.
I mean, it should be easy. Remember what I said? And you're not going to forget this over the break. It's literally base times height divided by 2 and base times height, okay? So, oh, 17.
Do you have class tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have 3 days.
Yay.
And then usually I don't do a review day before the quiz, but because we won't come back till after the break, we will have a full review day.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. All right, next one. We have a triangle. So this is going to be base times height divided by 2.
Wait, Miss Gibson, I have a really important question.
Okay.
Next year, are you teaching algebra 2 honors?
Ooh, that is an excellent question. I have
The answer
literally
needs
no
to be
idea.
yes.
If you don't have
If
a
you
choice.
do,
Okay.
Jade is commanding.
Miss Casey, if your teacher that's gonna be your teacher does not like you,
Shh.
just like me.
30?
I did not.
I mean-
the area.
No, just the shaded part, 30. So I have the base is 30, the height is x, but don't forget you got to divide by 2.
Can't you just
Now,
do
165
times 2 equals 30?
You can, or you can just make that 15x. You're going to get the same answer at the end, okay? So if you want to multiply by 2, that's fine. But then we got to divide. Is that the room?
I would love to do that.
What? Usually you can't hear anything through.
No, I think he just threw a chair and student.
Okay. Do I have to pause it
Did you
again?
hear him crashing out on me today?
11 centimeters.
No more Lashon Hara so that we can keep going.
Okay, the base of a triangle is twice its height. The area of the triangle is 49 square feet. Find its base and its height. So I'm going to make a quick little sketch. The base is twice its height. So I'm going to introduce. Okay, so I'm going to make the base 2x and the height is x. And I know the area.
Is 2x times x divided by 2.
Okay.
It's a 2 I know how to do it.
Okay, so 49 equals 2x times x divided by 2. Remember, it's a triangle.
So 49.
So is it?
Okay, so it's going to
We can
be
times that by
3x.
x squared equals.
So x equals 7.
Okay, so x equals 7. So I need to find the base and the height. So what's the base?
Base is 14.
14, and it's going to be feet.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that. And the height is